Hello, beautiful people, and how are you all doing today? It's a beautiful Saturday evening and it's parenting essential with Oye is our Saturday life. So I want to welcome you all. Thank you for joining me again today on Facebook, Instagram. Instagram, we apologize. We've not been able to come live in the last 3 weeks, thereabout, because of our system. I don't understand what is going on with the software provider. So we've not been able to go live, but I think we are live today on Instagram. So we are glad to be back. But you can always catch up all the previous videos on Facebook and YouTube. So thank you all for joining me again today. Oye is here and it's Parenting Essentials. I was not live last week, but I shared a video. Hope you catch up. Hope you caught up with that, with the previous video that I shared. Auntie T, I can see you there. Thank you for joining me. I can see you there on Facebook. Thank you so much, everyone. And the previous week, I think about 2 weeks, I've been talking about clarity. And I will be giving more clarity today on the dangers of overpraising children. This is one thing that I personally have interest on, and this is one topic that I've treated over the years, and it's one of my major chapter in my book, and I'll be going in that line today. So if you have not gotten your copy for Parenting Essentials, selfish parent rather, you are on your own. Get one for yourself. Get one for yourself. All right. So as an intentional parent with vision, we are always extra careful. We are always very intentional. We are always very, we are on our toes. We always want to help our children with their skills. Maybe they are lagging behind in one particular skill. Maybe they have not mastered it, or they have missed a particular skill. Our job, because we are intentional, because we are visionary career, we are very focused on, we want to help them grow, which is the great thing to do. It's a very amazing thing to do. We are doing the right thing. However, I want to call us to I want to call our attention to something that we have to be careful about. These things are great. Helping our children, ensuring that they meet their milestones, their skills are in point, the ones they have mastered, we help them get to expected developmental stage. Whatever you're doing is amazing. I want to say thank you and well done to all amazing parents out there. So, but today I'll be talking about the dangers of overpraising our children. Praising our children is good, but overpraising can be dangerous. And a lot of people cannot actually separate when we start to overpraise our children, or we are just praising our children. And what does it mean to overpraise our children? So with me today is my book, and I'll be reading some part of it out, and we are going to be talking together. Please, if you are there, you can hear me, let me know that you are there. You can just say hello and let me know where you're joining me from. I can see some people on YouTube. Please drop comment. I don't always come here to check YouTube when I'm live, but I'm pleased to be here today. And I can see that people are watching on YouTube. Please let me know where you're joining me from. Let me know where you're joining me from. Thank you so much for joining me today. Instagram, I'm sure you're there. I will check that out shortly. I'll check that out shortly. All right, today, if you're just joining me and you're seeing my face for the very first time today, my name is Oye Esther. I'm your family life practitioner and your parenting coach. And every Saturday evening, I come here to hold hands with you and myself as we journey intentionally on our parenting. Parenting is a journey, it's not a destination, and it must be an intentional journey. It's not a journey that we say, I take one day at a time. I'm just going to do what I like, or when that time comes, we're just going to scale through. We can't gamble on our parenting journey. So for those who are intentional, those who have vision in this journey, those who have the roadmap and know where they're going, so we come together every Saturday evening like this, and we share our thoughts, we learn together. And I'm sure those who have been joining, you have been getting one way or the other. Thank you so much, Auntie T. God bless you. God bless you. All right. As I've said earlier, why praising our child is very essential for fostering a positive self-image. It is very good for us to let them know if they're doing something good. It is very good when, when they have achieved something, especially when they're struggling at a particular skill and they are emerging. It is good for us to let them know and to praise them for it. It is very, very good. But excessive praise or exaggerated compliment can have adverse effect on our children. Please underline the word excessive praise or exaggerated compliment, and I'll be I'll be citing some good examples for us to know how far is too far or how close is too close. Sometimes it can be so challenging to differentiate between what actually is excessive. Have I done too much, or am I trying to encourage my children? Because what we all have in our mind, what most parents have at the back of your mind is, I want to encourage my child. I want to let my child know that you can do it. You are enough. But this is where learning a new skill or getting the right skill needed is required. Because you might be doing this and you're already exaggerating because you want your child to eat a particular milestone. So there are ways to place your words as a parent. And this is not just about mommy. When we talk about parenting, I'm sure those who are here are aware of that, but we are not talking about motherhood. Parenting is for both the father and the mother. So we are not just talking about the mothers. So that's why I want to say hello to all amazing fathers who always join life, who always make sure they have better skills. They learn more about their parenting journey, and they're not saying, it's not my business. Is the mom's business. And such a father should be celebrated on Father's Day. Thank you for all you do. So we are talking about danger of overpraising our children today. It is good. It is fine. It is amazing for us to encourage them by praising them to hit their milestones or the missed milestone. However, it should not be exaggerated. We should not overdo it. We should not try to polish what is not real. So we should be careful of excessive or exaggerated compliment, which can, it can have a very negative effect on our children. Like saying, let me give an example. You are the smartest person in the world. You are the smartest person in the world. Sometimes we say these things and then, on a very lighter mode. If you are not so intentional about this, or if you have had a reflection, a thought, or a self-check, you might be doing this without even knowing it. Anyone can be doing this until you know that this thing is not good and you are so intentional about not exaggerating things to your children. Until then, you might not be able to know, this is what I do actually. Like what I just said now. You are the smartest, especially when we believers, we are positive people. There is a thin line between being positive and exaggerating to our children in the name of praises. So you have to really be careful and listen to what I have to say today, because the thin line is very tiny. And any step out, you're going to be out of the line, and your praises will lead to overpraising or exaggerated praises that can actually cause a damage or hinder your child in the future. So let's be guided. You are the smartest person in the world. That may seem harmless, but can be lead to, unintended consequences. The child is going to be getting some result that is not actually intended. So for example, for instance, a child is accustomed to a constant praise. A constant praise. If you have a child that, when they finish dressing up, and every time you tell them, you look smart today, you're looking amazing, you dress up and they're looking good. And if they get to the point that every time when they dress up, they always come to you for praises. If you are not paying attention, you might not realize that you are already setting your child up for destruction unknowingly. We are endangering. If a child always look forward to mommy or daddy need to tell me you look amazing before they feel good about themselves, please watch it. And you see some of us now, maybe you have teenagers, we have preteens, some adults are still struggling today because they were not cautioned. You look amazing, you look fantastic, it's good. Please, I am not saying we are not going to tell our children they look good, of course, but that should not be their driving force. They should not only feel good after they've heard that from you. So how can you go about it? If you have a child that's always constantly asking you, how do I look? Push it back to that child and say, what do you think? Go look at the mirror and let me know how you feel about yourself. Please always redirect them. Because this can not only be something that can give them maybe low self-esteem only, it can also set the child up for being in danger, being abused. A lot of people who have been abused, I've seen a couple of them that, it's just because of overpraising. They fell into wrong hands, wrong people, wrong uncles, wrong aunties, wrong neighbors, because they are looking for validity. They are not used to looking at themselves in the mirror and reassuring them that I'm more than enough. This is one aspect of out of many things that can go wrong when we overpraise our children. They look forward to constant praise, maybe, to their neighbors, their peers, even strangers for validation. Because if they cannot get that validation with you, always remember, we always say that we are not always going to be with them. And that is just one side. Even if you're always going to be with them, maybe you can find a way around that. There will be a time that you will not be able to meet up with this, and something will definitely go wrong. And when a child is used to this and they cannot get from family, they will step out. Strangers, they begin to ask, what do you think about my high feet? You see people coming to you as an adult sometimes, maybe at a walk. You think they are overdoing things. Some of these people, because of this is a major developmental stage that wasn't mastered by many adults, or was not even learned at all. And maybe when you have them as colleague or friends, and they always tell you, look at me, sometimes you think they are overdoing things, they want to show off. They are not actually trying to show off, but they are trying to feel good about themselves. They are trying to validate, they are trying to help themselves with it. They have what is called the low self-esteem. But to many people out there, you think that, she's going to ask me, how do I look? Look at my wig. I bought this. They're telling you the prices, how they look. Look at my gold, look at my wristwatch. Sometimes you're tired of those people. Once they are coming now, right? They are also a victim. They have missed a developmental stage, which is, there's some developmental stage that we overlook. Meanwhile, it is very major. And these things might be overpraising, it might be impulse control. When we talk about you teaching your children delay gratification, this is not where I'm going to today, but this, somebody just needs to hear this. When you're supposed to teach your children delay gratification so that they have some impulse control, but you did not. And you don't know why an adult cannot hold back and just have to say everything today. These are the result of these milestones that was missed or wasn't mastered. All right, but my focus today is danger of overpraising our children. Thank you again if you're just joining me. My name is Oyes, and I'm talking about the dangers of overpraising our children in today's world. And the focus is going to be coming from Selfish Parent book today. So I'm just bringing out, this is from chapter 9, in case you have the book. I know some of you have it already. You can just open with me as I bring out some point from it. So I'm just going to give a striking example of how overpraising children can stiffen a child's growth. It can hinder a child's growth. I'm going to cite example, which the example is written in this book about my daughter. Of course, most of us know now that she's very artistic and she loves to draw a lot, and she's growing in her skill, and we are grateful to that. But I remember when she was much younger, my daughter used to, when she was very, very young, she developed a very strong interest in her art and craft, and she would spend hours drawing, even till now, she's going to sit down and spend hours in drawing. But I remember as early as 3 years, she started using time to draw. And I would just, if you look at those drawings, maybe the head is bending, the nose is not placed well, just trying to develop herself and draw things and everything like that. She will spend time. And, she will proudly proclaim, because at that time, maybe she was barely 3 or 4, that was for her like something that she has done is amazing, fantastic. And she will come to me proudly. I have a few videos. I think I have a couple of videos of that I recorded then on YouTube. You can go search for it. I will look for it and share it on Facebook. I remember one day like that, she just came to me and said, you know what? And I remember I've made a video about this years back also. And it's also documented in this book. Say, mommy, I've made the best drawing in the world. So instead of responding with over the top praise, I acknowledge her effort and reply, you are trying, don't give up. I'm not going to say, this is not good enough. You don't have to tell your child, they ask us to say the truth. I say, go back, this is not good enough. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm not asking you to break your child. Your placement of words must be right. Because quite a lot of parents today are actually breaking their children instead of them to be building and unfolding them. Our words can break our children. It can destroy them, and our words also can build them and lift them up. So there are thin lines between these things, overpraising, encouraging our children. So if you're not so intentional, it doesn't just matter to you. What are they talking about? This thing doesn't matter, but it does. So you really need to be careful. So I didn't just tell her, but the nose is not placed well, the lips are bent, or the head is not even straight. And I have some of these photos. And I think I will find time to be sharing them. And let's compare how far she has gone. So I didn't dismiss her effort. At the same time, I didn't overpraise or exaggerate. I acknowledge her effort, and you're trying. Just don't give up. If you practice more, your effort will definitely pay off. If you practice more, your effort will definitely pay off. For a child who is, self-motivated, who is enjoying what they're doing, and they are hearing that if I practice more, my effort will pay off. What do you think the child is going to do? The child is going to find more time and sit down and practice more because they actually want to get results. Instead of just let me encourage my child, this is fantastic, amazing. Look at what you have drawn. If it's fantastic and amazing, why will she or he go back to the drawing board? That's good enough. And that is where we need to be careful. So why this might not be, what she wanted to hear at that time, at that moment, that's not what she wanted to hear. It encouraged her to keep improving. And years later, what are the things that happened? These days, if I look at her pictures, her drawings, I was like, really? If not that, maybe I sat and she's doing some things in my presence, maybe I would just like, what did you do? Did you trace it out, or how did you do this? So what am I trying to say today? The focus today is the danger of overpraising our children. So if our children are doing something, we are encouraging them, and we are not careful, they are going to go back to their shell and say, Mommy said this is the best drawing she has seen in the world. I remember I have a video about this on YouTube. Fantastic, amazing. This is the best drawing ever. So if it's the best drawing ever, why will she go back and try more? It might sound simple. Children, if they believe whatever we say, and our words are going to have impact on them. And that is why you don't dismiss, you don't overpraise, but you stay right. And these are skills that every parent needs to learn. And a lot of people don't have these skills, but they think it doesn't matter. If you say, come and learn about parenting, they want to teach me how to talk to my children. It doesn't matter. That's how my mom taught me. I'm not coming for you today. Not for you. Okay? I'm not coming for you today. But let's be mindful. We call them growing glory. I call them growing glory for a reason. We cannot just tamper with their destiny. We cannot just mess up with them with our lack of skills. And we cannot negotiate not being skilled at this time. We cannot. It is very important for us to learn the skill that is required, for us to learn about how to communicate appropriately with our children. If you have any question, please drop. I'm just going to be rounding up soon. I'll just bring a few more points out of here, then we call it a day. All right. Okay. So children who are constantly told they are the smartest in the classroom, for example. Maybe you have said over the child, maybe in no sincerity, it might be true, but still be careful. And you might be trying to encourage a child to come out of their shell. Maybe they are shy or they are very low in performance. And you're telling them, or let's even think about the child, that this is actually true about the child. You are the smartest in the class and this is all they hear. You don't know that you're setting them up to be, they won't want to participate in things because they are afraid of failure. What if I join this game and I don't do well? Then I cease to be the smartest. If your word is the only strength, if it is the only grease they have for movement, if your word is the only driving force they have, so they start to withdraw because they don't want to experience failure. Meanwhile, failure is part of life. But the only thing that is getting your child to move forward is because you said, and they know, I am the smartest in class. So why should I go and try and fail? So they don't want to try again. They run away from challenges, the tasking things, because they don't want to get away. They don't want to remove their badge or the emblem or the award, the statement, the accolade. They don't want it out. They start avoiding something that is tasking or something that can show their weakness. They don't want anybody to see their weakness. They don't want to become vulnerable. And this is a setup that a lot of adults are going through already in their business, in their career, and most especially in their marriage. Say, no, you have adults that are hiding from their partners, those who are supposed to be their resting shoulders, because they are so used to something that don't see me weak. I need to stay strong. You might not think they are related, But a lot of adults have been destroyed, have been tampered, have been endangered by the person who raised them. So my question to you today is, what are you doing with your growing glory? Are you so equipped? Are you so intentional with the skills? Are you so conscious about the words you use to them? Are you unintentionally overpraising them and setting them up for destruction or for danger ahead? So we need to be very careful. They start avoiding tasks. The fear of failure is setting. They might even think, if I try this and I fail, I won't be able to be the smartest anymore. Everybody will say, he's not the smartest after all. She's not the smartest after all. Because that is the only thing that is just keeping them going. They wake up in the morning, their fear is, I must maintain so that daddy and mommy can tell me tomorrow that I'm still the smartest. You are still raising a robotic child. It's still the same. Your word only, because they want you to know, it's about you feeling good. It's from your feeling good that is in turn giving them their own peace. They are not naturally feeling good because they are smart. But because of your reassurance, because of the way you say it, they can see the joy. They are not sure you can take their own failure. So they need to live on that. Am I speaking to somebody today? So be careful. Think wise. Think about how you raise, how you talk about these things in front of your children, how you speak to them. Because you know what? Why am I so passionate about saying this today? Why am I so all over today? Because only the people who are intentional, the visionary parent, can be victim of this. Those who are not intentional in their parenting are not victim of these things. Because it's not their business anyways. They are not even thinking about who cares, who want to praise children. They don't even have time to praise children. Talk less about overpraising. So only those of us that are intentional in this journey that can be victim of the situation. Imagine you being intentional, being all over. You want to get all the skills. You want to make sure everything go well in your parenting, and you're still victim of a circumstance. You are still endangering your children unknowingly. Unknowingly, you are in danger. It's something that, is beyond comprehension with all your effort. And you're still failing, you can see it. And that is why we always talk about the stop and check, self-evaluation, ask questions. Go to webinars, seminars, register for courses, read books. Because it is a journey, not a destination. And there's no master of all. Our children grow every day from one state to another, from one age to another. The way they grow, that is how your skill must move. You have to keep moving. So what am I talking about? Dangers of overpraising our children. Danger of overpraising our children. And I believe that you've gotten something today, or is a kind of reminder for you, or is a wake-up call for you. Maybe you're here live, or you're going to watch a replay. I'm sure that you're going to take a moment. So I'm giving everybody assignment today. You're going to take a moment. It might be when everybody's sleeping. Make sure you are alone. Make sure you're alone. Make sure you have a therapeutic environment. You can just put a spa music, a soft music, and if you can just lie on your carpet or anything, make sure you're comfortable. You can light a candle. Make sure you're not going to be disturbed. Take a deep breath and just go on a journey. Reflect on how you have been doing your parenting in a genuineness. It is going to be a safe space for you. If it's your safe space that is not judgmental. You're not going to judge yourself, because when you are truly reflecting, you might see some errors, some mistakes that you have done, and this is not the time for you. Why did I time? No, I can't think about that. No, if you cannot actually think of a mistake you have done in your parenting, it means you need healing in that part. So you might need to go through a healing session. Because the moment you are remembering something and it's getting you, agitated, anxious, that is a sign of you were traumatized at that time and you need healing at that time. So you can only do that when you give yourself that safe space. Give yourself that safe space. Light up a candle, switch off the light, and take a deep breath. Just relax. Just, the feeling of you lifting the burden, forgetting about whatever you think you want to buy. Forgetting about the issues at hand, and just think about the journey. Start by, call your name. You're just doing fine. Oh yeah, you're doing well. You're just too amazing. You are the best mother any child can have. You take a deep breath and enjoy the music. Then you start from the journey. You start to, when you are truly healed on this journey, If you have made any major mistake in your parenting journey and you have realized it, maybe you were traumatized at that time, but if you are truly healed, when you get to that junction, you are going to just smile. What comes to your mind is smiling because you know that you can never do that silly mistake again. That is what healing feels like. You smile. But when you get to that point and you get upset, you can't hold your peace anymore. Your BP is rising. You might need to stop the process and start looking for how can I get healed. Because your mental health must be in place before you can check if you're actually overpraising your children or not. You have to be in good mind, sound mind, good health. You have to make sure you don't have baggages. You're not carrying those leftover things around. It is very important. What am I saying? As an intentional parent that carries vision, you're a vision carrier mom, vision carrier dad. Be intentional, be purposeful, ensure that you're not setting your children up for destruction in the name of overpraising them or over-exaggerated praise, but you're not aware. And you might not know this until you do what I've just said. You self-check in a therapeutic way. You might not be able to find out what exactly you're doing with your children if you're actually doing this error. And if you're struggling, even after you have given yourself a safe space, a therapeutic space, please we are just a DM away. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. You need a therapeutic session? Please invest. If you're struggling, if you don't know why, please, we are just a DMA. We're going to help you crack the nut and to know why and what you need to do. All right, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. Time up already. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am not saying you should not praise your children as a way of rounding up, but I'm talking about overpraising, over-exaggerated praise. Praising our children is very good, but there's a thin line between overpraising, over-exaggerated, and praising them, which can set them off for danger ahead. So we have to raise them to be able to know when danger is coming. Your teenager is just going around, their growing features are there, and one brother from church or from mosque is now telling them, you look beautiful. And because they are used to this, what do you think is going to happen? They want to go to that person again to hear that word. That one will start to tell them, you look beautiful. Yeah. What size of bra are you wearing? Are you wearing bra now? There are things that are happening, things that you cannot even comprehend. We meet people, we deal with situations every day. Raise them up to be able to identify danger ahead. Let them know when danger is calling. And when you overpraise, you might be setting them up for something different. So make sure you are intentional. Make sure you are intentional in letting them know what is right, in encouraging them to run the race, to get the skills to achieve mastery, instead of letting them feel, you know what, I'm enough. I don't need to put more effort. It is very important. Very, very important. So as a parent, it is very, very important for us to be responsible and to ensure that our words are uplifting to our children. Our word is going to guide our children rather than, injuring them or endangering them. I want to say thank you again for joining me today. Thank you, amazing people. Let me see who is there on Instagram. Instagram, are you there? Let me see if I can quickly check Instagram. Okay, if that is possible, and if not, I am just going to... All right, thank you everyone on Instagram for joining me today. If you do not drop a comment, it's going to be very tough for me to know if you are there. But thank you everyone for joining me. Let me go and see you two people are all particularly over on my neck. I know you're watching, but you're not dropping comment. But thank you so much. I can see you there, but I can't see your comment. Thank you so much, everyone from Facebook, the Vision Guide Facebook, my personal account, Olawuyesta Oyelayo. Let me see who is there on the Vision Guide Facebook. Madam Dorcas, I see you there. My mama is there. Mommy Pat, Olurotimi. Thank you so much, Mommy Pat. Thank God I'm checking this. Thank you, Mama, for joining me today. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much for always being here. Thank you, Sister Dorcas. I see you there. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. And if you're just joining me, please just do well and watch this video after the live. because I've said some things that I think everyone should listen to again. You need to listen to it over and over again, because we might be doing these things and not even be aware of it. I've been speaking about the danger of overpraising our children. It can build that. Overpraising is a destruction, but praising our children is good. But our word can build our children and can destroy our children. Until you check, until you ask yourself some sensitive question, you might not know what exactly you're doing. And I've given everyone assignment today that you have to give yourself that safe space, the therapeutic moment that you can actually create for yourself. If you're a father, you've been doing amazing. Don't think, I don't need that. You do need it. You are stressed. You have been doing fantastic with your children. Look for that time. I don't have time. There's time. Create a time. You can keep your children with trusted friends and family, and just, have that soft music, have the candle around, You can have your tea, whatever drink that you like, and just close your eyes and take a deep breath and reflect. Don't forget to start by praising yourself and call your name and say, I am doing amazing. I'm just doing right. I'm doing fantastic. I'm the best mother my children can ask for. I am the best father my children can ask for. Then you go on the journey in a deep breath and reflect on whatever you're doing in your parenting journey. Don't forget, I said something very, very important. When you get to a point in this journey and you feel hot, agitated, pained, you can't hold it anymore, that might be ringing trauma, and you might need a healing session. And this, you might not be able to do it alone, and that is why we are here. You can just book a healing session for yourself. Trust me, you will not regret it. And if you're able to smile through the mistake you have done, congratulations. That might mean you have healed. That might mean you are intentional. All right, get to work. If you're seeing my face for the very first time today, my name is Oye Esther, and this is called The Parenting Essential, coming to you from the Vision Guide. And every Saturday evening, we come together, we hold hands on our parenting journey, where we give essential point in our parenting journey. We audience, we are here, the shoulders are here, you can lean on us, and you can ask as many questions as you want. You can always send your question before the live session, and I'll see if it is something I will answer personally or I will come here and share on air. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Till I come your way next week, don't forget that parenting must be intentional, parenting must be purposeful, parenting must be full of vision, and this vision is what is going to guide you jealously. And that is why I say, only the Vision Guide. Stay blessed and bye for now. God bless you.